Hey guys, welcome to an all-new show on the SCNS network. This is called Alternate Heads. It is about toys. We are talking, and it's been something that the guy on the other camera over there, you see, my buddy Shantified over there. Welcome to our new show.
Thank you.
We're collectors. We've been talking toys for years, and it's been your idea to start kind of a toy show, maybe like a podcast, and finally, 2-3 years in the making, we're finally doing this.
We've talked about it for a long time.
I mean, we've had intricate discussions about toys. Just you and I over here or out anywhere. Dude, did you see that? Oh, did you see that? Did you see this? What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
Yeah.
So this is a natural progression of just what we already do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So welcome to this episode. We hope you like it. It will be a bi-weekly thing. If it's well received, it may move to weekly. We'll see. We're just going to kind of take it easy for now. We hope to bring y'all some great discussion about toys. Some of our hunts and everything is going to be. There's going to be a lot involved in this, and we hope that you'll join us. And thank you if you're joining us now. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you want to see more of it. So anyway, we're going to do this thing. You ready? Are you ready? He's been excited. You've been all kinds of excited about this, and. We do have another host that will be coming in, Halo from Show No Studios. She unfortunately could not make it today, but she will be here. We're gonna do something next week that should be pretty cool and as a segment on the show. So anyway, let's just get right to this. Recently we had Toy Fair last week, which is when we were going to launch, but we didn't get to it. So don't worry about that. This is the future. But there were a lot of cool things seen at Toy Fair this year, and I think one of the best ones. I mean, I'm a big Transformers fan. But, I mean, their showing was okay. I think Mezco was definitely a standout in the show. You, Mr. Mezco collector over there, you tempt me every day with your Instagram and your Twitter.
It's a dark path.
It is.
Don't start down. Don't.
Yeah. Also, go follow at Shantified on. Is it at Shantified on Instagram? The man takes great daily videos, your stories of the day, and your pictures. Your Instagram's pretty cool. Mine's at JasonDX. We post usually our finds and stuff over there, and oh man, that's cool. Most of us is just us commenting on each other's stuff, so you'll see some crossover. But some good standouts from the show. I really like some of the stuff I saw. Some of the stuff I saw from Transformers. Marvel Legends, though, wow, we are getting so many Marvel Legends this year.
They're coming for us,
which is going to be the focus of this show today. Because currently, and I if you haven't seen, we have the Toy Cam. I want to show the Toy Cam real quick. So there's the Toy Cam. What we're going to do with this every week is kind of show new acquisitions or maybe things that are subject to the show. But you can see Songbird right there, currently off of a Marvel Legends wave, and Prowler from the Spider-Man wave. So the thing that I'm having an issue with here, how many Marvel Legends waves right now are on the shelves?
All right. We have 3 waves hitting at the moment.
At the same time.
We have the Spider-Man wave, Lizard Build-A-Figure. We have the Deadpool wave, Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. We have, which just hit last night at all the Walmarts, street dated for March 3rd, Avengers wave, Thanos movie Build-A-Figure. Then we have 2 legendary riders, Black Widow, Ghost Rider hitting. Then we have a Mr. Fantastic Walgreens exclusive.
Gotta find that.
Hitting as well. And then they also just put up pre-orders for a lot of these 10 years of the MCU.
And we currently still have the Black Panther wave on the shelves. And I mean, out of all the things you mentioned, you seem to have forgotten something that's like sitting right next to you on the table.
Oh, this is technically a Marvel Legends product.
So. It is definitely a Marvel Legends product, which... That'll get into my top 5 later on or something I'm looking for.
And these are hitting right now 1 per store at Walmart Superstores.
Retail price?
That seems to be 88. I think it's 95 with tax, yeah.
That's not that bad. I was expecting...
Boy, it's better than what you see a secondary market. It's pretty crazy right now for that.
So right now, there is, and I think you agree with me, a bit of an oversaturation of Marvel Legends.
So there's a lot, and... It's very stressful. That's a better word, right? Because it's like, it's not like a typical release where you have, like Black Panther wave, right? It was like all of a sudden, Target Toys R Us, Walmart, everybody's got it. And so pretty much everyone who was collecting that wave, if they wanted it, the span of 2 to 3 days had it. For the last couple weeks, there's been slow drip. I mean, even going back like a month, like where it's showing up in the Philippines. It's, one guy in Australia finds Infinity War wave. So, and then even now, it's like for the last week and a half, Toys R Us has been the place to get the Deadpool wave. Walgreens Targets were getting Spider-Man wave. Specialty stores were getting the Legendary Riders. If you're like, usually that news just triggers you into the hunt, at least for me. But what's crazy is, for me, it's a really fun time to be a collector because there's so much stuff. It brings back that feeling of like excitement and like you're actually like hunting store shelves again. Because with Black Panther, it's like everything's on Amazon. You want it, you can just order it. So I don't know. It's fun. It's stressful, but that's the Fig life.
Yes, the hunting life is ours. We spend a lot of gas and a lot of time and a lot of checking up things on BrickSeek and boards and everything. But I do argue that 3 lines at the same time. Like, okay, the Marvel Legends Thanos wave. Were we given any other heads up besides the pictures that released from the wave being on the shelves? I believe it was in Australia or the Philippines. Do we have any heads up? Because
Australia, that guy in Australia that found him, that was the first time I'd ever seen.
We just
I didn't think they were real.
Didn't see them.
I was like totally writing conspiratorial things.
They didn't seem legit.
I don't think these are real. These must be the knockoffs. But then when I saw them in person, I was like, I guess they are real.
So my question is, how do we not see this at Toy Fair? We're getting lines that are coming out.
They got too much product. I think they're doing this on
Hasbro misses it.
Yeah, so I know. I think that I honestly feel that this has been their. This is intentional. I think that they've been getting a lot of free publicity because of the way that they've been staggering the release. They've got a lot of people posting about it. A lot of collectors running to stores. I think that they're doing a great job marketing the line and creating excitement in a product that maybe, that they're having to clear it out for $5 at a lot of stores because it's not selling. And, I think that with some of those choices that they showed at Toy Fair, it's very clear that they're listening to fans at this point. A lot of fan-demanded stuff, like they're finally investing in X-Men again. Yeah. Some really cool symbiote figures, like those Planet of the Symbiote figures. I'm like,
you're all about
Shriek
and I know we had to discuss. I wasn't as
Lasher,
even though they used a really big head on Eddie Brock for the Toy Fair model.
He looks big, but the Pennywise NECA head looks small. And it's like those figures are so far out; they can change it.
Yeah, these are prototypes.
Yeah,
the press photos.
But I love the Eddie Brock head with a thick. It's the Todd McFarlane style
with the tendrils.
Eddie Brock.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, now I would argue that that is a lot of saturation for this time, and I don't want them to put out too much product and say, "Oh, it's not selling as well. Now we need to scale back."
It's clear that they know,
and Hasbro knows its marketing. They do know their marketing.
With what they showed, this whole 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic
I'm all about
universe.
That.
And then did you see then they're doing 2-packs. This was at some show over the weekend, but have you seen the Stan Lee Build-A-Figure rumor?
We saw the legs that were in the Killmonger Ross
Killmonger on masthead,
which we should have just gotten that with the Killmonger figure.
They're milking it.
We were talking about that. Are they kind of getting us a little bit? I liked a lot of what they showed as far as Marvel. I love the Wasp Marvel Legends figures that are coming out. That Paul Rudd head.
Oh, it looks great.
They're doing so much better with heads these days.
Oh, yeah.
Even comparing like the Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy Series 1 to 2. Such a better head sculpt. All those characters from that line. The Chris Pratt head was a lot better. So the movie figures, I feel, are really hitting their stride as far as like how they look. Even with the one that you have on the table, the large Thanos, that's a really good head sculpt on there. And
it's great.
One of the...
I would argue it's probably better than the one on the 6-inch version, which is not displayed here.
It has kind of a weird smile thing. I don't know what that...
I mean, I kind of like that he's smiling because it's like in the trailer he's all like, you know,
This does put a smile on
yeah. So you know, a smiling Thanos figure, I'm all about it.
So,
but to your earlier point about them releasing too much product, I quote the great Dwayne Johnson on that.
oh, really?
Just bring it. So I like that. I mean, as a completionist, it's hard to not have, you know, everything, but it's fun and it makes it fun.
I'm a
That's what it
completionist
should be.
too, but I'm on a budget. All right, I got a budget. All right, but there are other things I can't really argue because also on the table.
These are figures you can get cheap, man. If
I know,
you
and-
want to wait, you want to go hunt for deals. It's like there's so many good Marvel Legends deals out there, especially cons, and you buy loose. I mean, I feel like there's options for people, especially because the market's so flooded.
And I will agree. Like, okay, so like one of my latest acquisitions, the figure on the far left over there, the Peru Kill from Unique Toys. It's from Lockdown from the Transformers movie. Great figure, but I paid about $130 for this thing. So I could have bought a full wave of Marvel Legends for this one. So you know, I'll bag on myself a little bit there. So I see you're messing with that Pizza Spidey over there.
Yes, you know, I really wanted to buy the vintage wave because I missed out on Pizza Spider-Man the first time.
I didn't know you missed out on that one.
Yeah, you know, it's
That's
like
a good figure, man.
Oh, it's a really good figure.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can tell right now.
But the Pizza Spider-Man has the same problem as Avengers Iron Spider, which is unswappable thwip hands.
Well, Pizza Spidey actually did come with us.
Yeah, but he comes with extra hands that you can
mean
swip out.
The vintage one does not have them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very unique situation that, like, I mean, when I play with a Spider-Man figure, like, I mean, very rarely do I use the whip hands, to be honest. And having that, especially the Iron Spider, he comes with two. I mean, get out of here. You can't even switch out the old tech suit Spider-Man's hands with that figure because the paint's off. So it's just like, hey, buy this figure for the Build-A-Figure piece. And then down the line, don't worry. You know we're going to make another Tom Holland head, and we're going to have some more hands, and we're going to actually put the 3 tentacles for the Iron Spider and the glowing blue eyes.
I'm gonna remember that you said this because when it happens, I'm gonna reference back to this episode. Shontified called it that this was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like with Killmonger. Like when they didn't have the head, I was like, oh, they're just going to do a 2-pack. I'm gonna have to rebuy that, just like the Thor. You know, like with the Thor Ragnarok
was such a better head. I even said that when I did
2-pack.
The review of it. I was like, this is
second head is amazing, and it comes with the lightning effects and the extra hands and Heimdall sword. I mean, it's just enough.
Heimdall sword, but no Heimdall figure.
Hey man, but you know, to be honest, I mean, like, I'm sure that's making them look like real pros, like looking amazing to their bosses. Like when they're like, look, we just resold the same mold at full price.
We are making some money up in here.
I mean, I'm sure they're doing really well, and I think that's why we're seeing so much product is because of that
demand.
And honestly, if that's what they got to do, you do it all day because, you know, like I'm a big He-Man fan, and there hasn't been that many new Masters of the Universe figures recently since Super 7 started doing them. I mean, like they're doing them, but
they made a modest showing at Toy Fair too.
I'd rather have more product than no product. So
it's a good argument.
It's a good problem to have. Let's say that.
I wish that some of these lines would be a bit more put together what the overall theme is. Like the Black Panther wave, we got Namor, Black Bolt, and who else in that one? Namor, Black Bolt, Iron Man, and somebody else. Why couldn't we just have more Black Panther figures? Or with the Infinity War.
I'll tell you why. And it's very smart on their part because you have two sects of Marvel Legends collectors. You've got the only comic book version collectors and the only MCU collectors. So if you have a movie, and that's I think why every time you have these movie waves come out, they're split down the middle because it's like, you know, the comic collectors are going to come in, split the case. Last night when I was looking through Walmart at the new Avengers wave, I would see the same thing. It's either sometimes it's like all the comic figures are left, or all the movie figures are left.
Or if you're like,
And then there's a Build-A-Figure.
exactly.
In there.
There's where they get me.
To
That's where
anchor
get my
you,
money.
if you're only buying half, then you're like, I got these Build-A-Figure pieces. Maybe I might as well go in and get the rest of it. I mean, I don't know. That's really smart.
It is, and yes, they get me. They
But
get me. Well, they
hey,
get
man,
my money.
it's not. I mean, but to that effect, I do wish that we had more secondary MCU characters made into figures, and I think that 10 years of Marvel line is the answer to that. We're getting some really great hole
Yes,
fillers.
we
Ronin, Red Skull. You can army build with that Red Skull figure. Did you
Finally
see
get
that?
a Red Skull figure, yeah.
You saw that you could switch out the heads for the
Yes. Well, I
soldiers.
mean, most Marvel Legends, we can switch out the heads anyway.
No. But for
You're
the
a
for the Hydra soldiers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Wait a minute. I didn't see that.
So the Red Skull, the Marvel Legends MCU Red Skull, has alternate Hydra Trooper heads. So you can take the Red Skull head off and just buy tons of those to army build MCU Hydra.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no,
that's kind of cool.
Really, really, really cool. Only thing I was upset is that Pepper Potts figure, man. She doesn't have shoes on. She's like wearing a bikini. I'm like, what's going on?
I
guess
that
it's
was
the
an
last
Iron
scene
Man-
of the movie,
yeah, it's
but
an Iron, and you can change out her arm or whatever. But I think I'm with you. I would have rather just had a regular Pepper Potts figure. You know,
yeah, I mean, like,
we're picking a random one.
it's a very specific scene.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, you want to sell me a Pepper Potts, then you want to resell me another Pepper Potts down
She
the
is
line.
not going to look good on my MCU shelf.
I mean, is there?
It's like all the other female characters in the show are going to be wearing clothes. Here's Pepper in some yoga pants and a bra.
I know. I guess you could put an Iron Man arm on her. Hey, is there another MCU body that you could put her head on?
I mean, we could always use the Mary Jane body, I guess, if you got that set. But
yeah, but I mean,
there's
like
not a generic-
like a suit. Like, you know, there's that the
we
suit
don't have one.
bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a couple like the which one was it? The Hammerhead figure. They have the J. Jonah swappable head and a chameleon head, where you can use the generic body to put a number of heads
Yeah.
on. We actually could use a
We need a generic female MCU
female-
body.
something they can reuse, because we can't like put Black Widow's body on the Pepper Potts head. It would just kind of look weird, I guess. It looked
Pepper
good.
Potts, Agents of Shield.
Maybe if they did some Agents of Shield figures, maybe we get a.
Hey, I bet you will get. I bet you will get what we're asking for when the toys for the Miss Marvel movie come out
Probably, maybe.
next year.
But we do need a generic female body just to pop some heads
Yeah.
on. Which that's a good idea. You should probably just get hired by Marvel and Hasbro. Which
Hey,
you know,
what ideas we just gave it to him for free.
now Hasbro, which kind of leads me into my other point. I mean, yeah, we discussed Marvel Legends. We're gonna be doing a lot of Marvel Legends just because they're always out there. Thanks for not bringing your whole Infinity War wave that you just procured last night
I think it took so long
to set up
displaying and setting it
that's-
up and everything. I was just like, oh.
So you have just no dedication to this show. Why do we do this? Why do we do this, Sean? If you're not going to bring over stuff, so that
I'll text you some
so that
pictures
I
we
can
can
see it
put
as
on.
well and
Yeah.
have it in my hand. Except, don't you bring over any Mezco figures. Don't you bring those damn things over here. I can just feel.
We'll
like,
do a Mezco show.
No, we're not doing a Mezco show because
What-
it's going to be so hard for me not to go buy one.
So what did you think? What did you think of the showings that they had at Toy Fair? Mezco did.
What were the main,
So we had a cable.
I did like that cable.
Pretty nice.
It's going to look good with that Deadpool.
But there's we have a
Did
lot
they
of.
have a side by side of the Deadpool and Cable? I don't think they did. All their shots were singular. I want to see how it scales with that Deadpool figure is all,
Oh, the Mezco Deadpool.
because that's going to make me buy a Deadpool and a Cable
Yeah.
figure. It did look a little bit on the larger side, so
Yeah. We got a Hela.
yes.
Which gives me really a lot of hope that we're going to get a Thanos Mezco. It's just going to be a year after the Avengers movie, Infinity War comes out. Because they're really just so late on.
And because I do post production on this, everybody's going to be seeing these images going by.
Oh, that's cool.
We are getting a
Magic.
a Dark Side figure.
Yeah, they didn't show that though. They they showed that a while ago, and we haven't heard anything about a release date or anything. So I really am looking forward to that figure. I hope it comes out.
Oh, I like the Cyclops they showed. Classic Jim Lee style Cyclops.
You know,
No?
we should talk about that because there's something
Really?
important.
I mean, it's missing the trunks.
Have you heard the controversy about that figure?
Please enlighten me on what the controversy is.
So there's this really awesome creator, Can of Beams, and he sells his stuff via Instagram, and he makes some really cool stuff. So like when the Jim Lee Marvel Legends Cyclops figure came out, he created 3 different, maybe more, attachments, right? I think it was one of his first pieces. So like it's like a little, I don't know what he uses, but you can clip it on, and there's like a little laser kind of bleeding out of the visor. Mm-hmm. There's a big blast.
And that's for the Marvel Legends Cyclops.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when he saw because the Mezco Jim Lee Cyclops comes with the same 3 accessories, and apparently they're very similar to what he had created. He was kind of upset about that.
Wow.
And I haven't looked really into it as far as like, the details of whatever, but if an artist recognized his work in that another product, I don't know. That's something I was like, oh, that's not cool if they're just copying his work.
And I have his effect up here. I actually put it up.
Does some incredible stuff, and you really gotta
like that. It kind of makes me want to get that.
And he has some awesome blood effects, where like you can clip it onto the back, and it looks like there's blood coming out of the back of their head, or blood on swords. He's really awesome. Huh. But anyway,
so some of it looks like, and I'll have to find a comparison to the Mezco pics to put them up, but I definitely see his work, and I actually like it. So I'm glad you told me that, because I might actually get one for my Cyclops over there.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to start remaking them, and I like the Mezco Jim Lee Cyclops, but it's like not quite. I don't know. It's like they put their own touch on it. I don't know how I feel about it.
And you said his name is Can of Beams. So
Can of Beams. Yeah,
I'm going to put a screenshot of his.
His we'll have the information there,
so people can see, and maybe keep an eye out for when these things come out. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads to something we're doing on the show anyway, but good showcase there.
Cool.
So okay, they also showed the Homecoming Spider-Man.
Homecoming Spider-Man. I mean, that's like
people love that suit.
That was a figure that, like that Mezco line. I mean, they make some figures better than others, I think, and that Homecoming Spider-Man suit, that
perfect
fits
for them
because
they make these nice cloth suits and everything. So
yeah,
I think it does work for them. What about we got a Black Panther figure, which looks really good.
Really good.
I mean, some of the Mezcos, there's just something about them sometimes where I go like, I don't like that about them, and then other times I really like stuff they do. So it's like,
I think their Gladiator Hulk's going to be awesome.
Ooh.
And I think the Thor is going to be awesome too. But I mean, this is kind of a peek ahead to my top 5 list. But they also showed Blade, the movie Blade figure.
Oh yeah,
at Toy Fair, and I need it.
It's got you there. I love the accessories that came with that guy. It looked like he has quite a few.
He's got the vampire face. Mm-hmm. He's got everything.
So
and then let's not forget John Wick.
Wow, I was not expecting the John Wick one.
Face sculpt looks awesome.
I love their gun effects. The flash fire gun effects they put on the Punisher figure.
Oh, I haven't even seen those.
I think
I missed that release. Yeah.
I think the Deadpool and the Punisher figure have like shooting effects to put on the ends of the guns, which I like. Just more dynamic photography. They have to do that with this John Wick figure. So,
oh man, yeah, you just know he's going to come with so many guns. The John Wick figure.
I have to find that one. So,
oh man, that's going to be a good figure.
I'm interrupting the show to oh man, okay. That's a good head sculpt. That is an excellent head sculpt for John Wick.
Yeah.
It looks like, that's a custom somebody made. It looks like a Marvel Legends custom.
Well, yeah, I mean, the people have been customizing John Wick figures for a minute.
There's a really good shot of it. Yeah, he's got, you see he's got one of the
John Wick
rifles and a pistol. Yeah, totally. You know what?
Buy your John Wick figures so you can do John Wick versus the Marvel Universe.
I'm on board with that. I'm totally on board with getting one of those. That might be my first Mezco, which is going to just... No, I've been dragged into another line.
That would be an awesome series of YouTube videos. My first Mezco, people opening a Mezco figure for the first time. Probably it's a very, I mean, like, because everything from the packaging, the accessories, the way it's presented is such a premium experience. And then like when you first feel it you're like, whoa, it's nice.
Probably something that's going to end up from just being just a rough road for me to travel on, but damn it, I get on it anyway. So, okay. So, we've moved out of like Toy Fair and Marvel Legends. So, we do have a structure. What?
Before we get off Toy Fair.
Okay.
Have to bring up, I wanted to talk to you about this, right? This is the last thing. So they announced Toy Fair that they're going to do this $500 Jabba's Barge.
Yes.
Funded through HasLab, which is great.
Very similar concept to something that we've experienced before with Grayskull and Snake Mountain.
Please make Snake Mountain.
Please make Snake Mountain. Hashtag please make Snake Mountain.
That is my question that I wanted to ask you is, so let's say that this Jabba's Barge is successful. What Marvel Legends 6-inch scale items would you like to see funded through HasLab?
Well, we only had an hour for this show, but I guess this is going to be...
Yeah, just, I mean, like...
I want a Quinjet, but I want a 6-inch scale Quinjet.
Yeah, I don't want these 3 3/4 scale... I mean, look, that'd be great, and I think some people who've been holding on to these 3 3/4 scale Marvel Legends collections, like, they deserve playsets too, but
it looks like they have
stuff's scalable. Make it in both scales. Why not?
It
One's
looks
cheaper.
like they haven't been getting the love at that scale recently.
Hey, but the smaller Star Wars hadn't been getting love either, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Here's a dream playset."
And I think some of this is related to the TIE Fighter that was released for 6-inch scale a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's just like
it didn't. I mean, there was an initial buy of them. But honestly, those things gathered dust on the shelves for
That's
a while.
because they don't sell a huge Death Star playset that you can display them in. If there was like a...
no, this isn't because they sell a bigger playset. I think that was just the price.
No, that's why. Who just wants a TIE Fighter?
I want an
At
X-Wing.
least for me. No, I mean, like, TIE Fighter's great, the X-Wing's great, but, like, for me, playsets are where it's at. So, like, because, especially with vehicles, too, like... because you can like park them there and they add to the, I don't know.
Well, we've seen that with like G.I. Joes back in the day, like the pit and everything.
Like they're amazing.
Exactly,
like
or the USS Flagg, which
or
was
the
just
old,
a big playset.
Or the old He-Man Eternia playset.
That is a sought-after collector's edition right there.
Oh, so nice. But I mean, I hope we see stuff like that for Legends. How cool would an Asgard playset be? With throne room, Rainbow Bridge, and just like, and you could have in the background just these crazy tall stuffs.
I would like to see some things like that, but maybe larger, maybe like a Blackbird from my X-Men or a Quinjet from my Avengers.
I want to see a Danger Room playset or an X-Men Mansion playset. Then I'll buy a Quinjet.
Now you brought up now on that subject though, and I think HasLab is a good idea. To kind of not only get that product out, but also kind of feel the market for, do they really want this?
Let's take suggestions. Let's vote on stuff. If the money is
there, then go ahead and produce it and sell it.
Yeah, let's do it.
But you also brought up another company that's making playsets.
Extremesets.com.
So I think
they do some good stuff.
If that happens, it could be a good benchmark for the rest of the...
Extreme Sets does their like cardboard... And then they do some cool stuff where you can like construct like a gas station or a subway, and it's cool stuff. But NECA just showed at Toy Fair they're going to do a street play set, or it's like a building where it's like a 3-story with a $100 price point. I think it fits like something like 33 figures.
I think we're seeing even that shelf that's right over there on That
what was it originally sold as? Like something for plants?
It was just a random shelf, but everything. But collectors went out and bought that because they were like, "Wow, that's perfect for my 6-inch scale figures." Or that house that Target had clearance, the loft or whatever.
There's another company. They're making some really cool stuff. Playset wise, Nova Revol. Have you heard of them?
Revol?
Yeah, it's like $100 set, right? And and I could be mispronouncing that. We'll have the real one on there, but
we're gonna put all that.
It's like
up there.
looks like it's very industrial. Looks like the inside of a spaceship or something, and there's lights in it too. And so it's kind of like they're like blocks, and it comes with like 100 pieces or something, and you can construct all these different backgrounds. And you can buy multiple sets and like build like all sorts of stuff. But people have been really creative, and they've got lights, and they just. Some of these shots people are doing are incredible with this stuff.
I think the inclusion of playsets is something that's really seen kind of a resurgence. Like, look at some of the the Batman the animated series sets are coming out. They came out with
Oh.
that Batcave set and the larger Batwing and Batmobile, which you could argue are kind of.
That's a fun wave. That must be a really fun wave to collect.
So
if
you
have
can
that
see
whole thing.
some things like this coming to the market, and I think you're right. Playsets do have a place in this, especially with like people on social media and everything taking pictures of the toys, which we're going to get into that later. We have a segment for that. We have a thing for that. So it's like we have an app for that. But we do want to get into another thing we're going to have on the show. And every week we were going to do our top 5, like what we're either looking forward to or trying to acquire. And this list could change from week to week to week, but right now, and also if anybody out there wants to send this to us or whatever, go right ahead. I doubt that. So I figured we can trade off. We got 5 figures. I'm going to go ahead and let you start off with what you're looking for right now and like where you're planning to procure it from, your price point or whatever.
All right. Well, I'll start off with the one that I was my number one right now, which is I was hunting for last night to no avail. Checked so many stores, only to find cut open empty boxes, people buying the whole set. Is this Walmart exclusive comic book Thanos, which was the Build-A-Figure that came out for a year or so ago.
I forget which
2
wave
years
it was
ago.
for, but this one is different though.
This one's repainted, has different head sculpts, alternate 2 different heads. It has an infinity gauntlet that you can switch out for the regular hands, so you can do some before and after stuff. I mean, it's really definitive Thanos. I wish it was. I wish I would have got it a couple weeks ago, so I could have got it signed by Jim Starlin at the con. But
This also brings up your point of Marvel double dipping again.
what, by reselling
Re-releasing this
Build-A-Figures?
Build-A-Figure with a couple of things. Just saying,
Yeah.
but you got us, guys. Okay, my one that I have up is 2B from a video game called Nier Automata. A lot of people have seen this design.
They're making a figure of that girl?
They are making a figure of that girl, along with the.
Who's
box.
making it?
Oh, I forget who's making it. I had it.
It's like a Mafex or is it?
Let me make sure because I have it.
I would make a very good figure.
Square Enix is
So
actually
this
making
is
it.
this is like this Play Arts Kai scale.
Yeah,
like,
I
they were
think-
just like really big.
And we haven't seen anything. I don't know exactly what
Oh,
the scale
okay,
is going to
okay.
be on because it hasn't come out. It is going to be a bit pricey. It's got interchangeable accessories and a lot of other things. It looks really cool,
I'll have to
especially
see
for
that.
everything that comes with it. So definitely on my list to get. I think it's going to be more like in the summertime. So this will be on my list for a while unless I acquire it before then. So,
Yeah.
so what's your next pick?
All right. Well, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but Unmasked Venom.
You want that one?
I mean,
But you're getting the symbiote wave.
as a kid, Venom number 2 from the Spider-Man animated series wave, where he came with a rubber mask. He had an Eddie Brock head, and then you could put the rubber mask on. Then he also had like a little like
remember that
symbiote
one.
chest piece. That was, I think, I mean, that was like one of my favorite figures.
I hope that in post I found that old shot to put in here just to show that off. But anyway.
Actually, I don't collect a lot of things mint on card.
Oh.
I have that mint on card,
Really?
real crisp.
You
just
have
'cause it's
something
such
mint
a great.
on card because we're openers. We open
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But that one, I have mints. Just, I mean, certain key figures, I like to have a double that's mint, but that's one of them.
Okay.
Also, they did a Carnage like that as well,
Oh, cool.
where you could put the little rubber mask on.
So
That was just, I loved figures.
You'll
with,
probably be
with
showing
I
me all
love
this,
figures
like,
with
when-
masks.
when I'm working on the show later on. So, okay, my next one is actually acquirable, but I have rules, and I want the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Star Lord helmet because I also do cosplay, and I have part of the costume already, and I want that helmet because it's just the eyes glow, it has speakers, it works on Bluetooth, but it's $100 right now. It's at a deal at about $93 on Amazon. However, we know that Toys R Us are closing in our area here, and there are a couple that have them, but they have not marked them down. And Toys R Us right now, if you keep we should do like the Toys R Us like snapshot every week. Right now, things are selling at 20 to 40% off. They sent out an email saying 40% off, but really, kind of thing. The things we look at are about 20. So
yeah.
I don't see the helmet marked down just yet. I really want one though, so we'll see. There might be a video of us hunting later on, maybe me just breaking down finally and getting it at that price point. I don't know, but I want to get a deal on it. So I'm kind of adamant about that, and I feel as though this is going to be something I'm gonna sit on too long and just end up buying it off Amazon, which that to me it might as well be just minute in your feet. I got it off Amazon. So
Just be patient. I mean, that's another thing with Marvel Legends. Like this, there's a lot of stuff that's expensive when it comes out, and like if you want it right away and you pay full price, I mean that's whatever. But watch Amazon. They do some real cheap stuff, and I got that A-Force box set the other day for $35 because
we should have a segment on the show where we talk about deals. No, we are getting to that, guys. We got an app for that. What is your next pick? This will be number 3 on your list.
Okay, so this the Blade Mezco.
It's a good choice. Which I'm just going to show that picture again right now in case. So I like I said, it'll be in post, but damn good figure.
Yeah.
You and your Mezcos. Don't bring that up. My next pick is actually because Masterpiece Transformers started making things from Beast Wars. They're making Dinobot, and I've got Cheetor and Optimus Primal so far, but that Dinobot just looks fantastic. It's on a larger scale. It's on a larger price point too. So yeah, it's at the 200 plus range.
Oh really?
But it looks like a really good figure. And if it's anything like what they've done with Optimus Primal and Cheetor, it's an easy buy. Look for that this summer. So yeah, as soon as I get it, I'm actually considering going ahead and pre-ordering that. And I rarely pre-order because I want it immediately when it comes out. So, all right, man. Number 4 on your list. What you got?
All right. So this hasn't been announced, but it's something I need. So
wait. This is a hope and a. Okay, go ahead.
This is kind of like my thing that I really want, and that is 6-inch figures of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Marty Scurll, Hangman Page.
So basically,
someone could start making New Japan.
Them on the same scale with your current WWE figures.
Yeah. I mean, I get so desperate sometimes. I think about Kenny and the Young Bucks both at one point wrestled for WWE. Maybe they still have their likeness rights locked away in some weird contract.
Well, that's a good question.
Nobody makes them.
The audience, what third-party company out there you think would be best for making that figure?
I think Fig Arts would be great. Because they're already making.
They're making New Japan figures, aren't they? Then why wouldn't
I've heard that. I saw they had one that they were showing. I heard maybe that's just a mock-up, but I'm like, whatever. They're not going to spend all that tooling just for
the WWE scale. But I mean, I'm going to look into that a little bit more. If anybody's seen something, they probably have seen a picture that I posted of that. I don't want to look for it right now, but.
And I know, people are going to be like, look, they did make 6-inch Kenny Omega Young Bucks figures. There's some company that makes them.
I have to find that.
They don't look good, though. I'm sorry, but...
They don't look good?
Oh. They look like Jakks Pacific elite... I mean, like, Jakks Pacific figures from a long time ago. Like, the head sculpts aren't really good.
We'll have to do, a best and worst bootleg show.
Yeah. Hey, say goodbye to... that bootleg Vision that everybody's had in their collections for a long time.
Well, I mean,
they're finally a new MCU Vision.
For that 2-pack. That 2-pack one looks good. Also, we're finally get a Scarlet Witch because she was hard to acquire.
Yeah, now I'm gonna get a new Scarlet Witch finally, but with no build a figurehead. Say goodbye to trying to build Abomination. That's the only piece I need for that.
Really? Yeah. See, that's the problem when you're used to. Anyway. My number 4 is from a third-party company. It's by Alien Attack, and it's basically the Transformers: Age of Extinction Last Night Optimus Prime. Another one that when you look at the transformation of truck to vehicle to robot, it's one of those where did the robot modes go. I have to show it to you after the show, but really great. I think it looked good with the Lockdown figure that I picked up here recently. So yeah. What's number 5 on your list?
All right. This one...
I love how you always preface this with all right, because it's going to be a good one. Go ahead.
This one's going to come out soon. I want to get the 6-inch Hasbro version. I've never bought a Hot Toys figures before, but I plan on buying the Hot Toys version. I hope that Mezco makes a 6-inch version. And these are... of the Lando Calrissian from Solo. I'm going to be buying all of those. I'm going to be making custom Childish Gambino figures, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. Be like, this is because the internet, Childish Gambino. This is Awaken My Love, Childish Gambino. This is Cul-de-sac, Childish
Now,
Gambino.
we did get to see some Star Wars Black Series figures that are coming out for that movie, and I love that Lando figure. That Lando figure will be mine.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna have that one too. I'm gonna have that one too. But you know,
But you want a Hot Toys version? I think that's not.
Well, the Hot Toys version, just so I can put different clothes on them.
I don't think it will be too far off from the realm of possibility for that to happen.
Oh no! I intend for that to happen.
Number 5 on my list, and it should be easy to acquire, but I'm looking for it out in the wild. Marvel Legends Gwenpool. But also, I put that with a caveat because I really like the Mezco Gwenpool that they just showed. Hasbro showed theirs off, and it seems like
No, you're talking Mafex.
Yeah, Mafex Figma. Is it Mafex or
It's a
Figma?
Mafex.
It's Mafex?
Well, no, it's a Figma. It is a Figma.
Okay, well, I want the Figma Gwenpool just because of the accessories she
Yeah.
comes with.
Oh, she looks better.
And
She looks really
the
comic
head
book
sculpt
accurate, and
is-
the Marvel Legends one's kind of Marvel Legends style.
And also has an unmasked head and everything. So it's gonna. I might get both of them and do like a comparison, which is not gonna be much of a comparison because
Yeah.
Figma. I mean, like I recently bought Figma Tracer, and I really like the figure.
I like the
Figma's-
durability of Marvel
But
Legends.
Figma's price point, wow,
It's expensive.
they are getting up there.
It's expensive.
You can get some deals on Amazon, but yeah, they get pretty expensive. So, thank you for the top 5 there. Look for when we acquire these, they're going to come off the list, and a new one will come on. So, we'll always the gauntlet is a good measuring stick of what we've acquired. Okay, so and as we're going to have like a championship thing, like who filled in the most from their top 5 list. Starting with every show, and we'll put like a tally mark, like I got one off of the list. So okay, cool. Also with that though, because you keep showing that off, how is that Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet? Did we talk about that yet? What do you just overall quick views of what you think
Well,
for that price point too?
I think it's great.
You think it's great?
I think it looks cool.
Wow. Here, let me give you a camera focus and show off those articulated fingers and everything, and you got a lock button for the fingers as well.
Yep. So you want to?
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is. So I'm probably gonna have to get one of those so that I have the power. So okay. Well, along with what we've been talking about with deals and everything, what are the deals of the week? You had a couple of them that you brought at the beginning of the show. Where can we get the most bang for our buck these days? As we all need a deal.
So okay, Walmart Black Series figures, Star Wars Black Series figures, are all being clearanced out for $5 each.
I need to finish my.
I don't know if it's the newest ones, but I mean, you can army build General Zuvio if you'd like.
No, thank you.
The 3 3/4 ones I've seen as low as $4 each. I've seen the what's that monster that Han Solo fights in Force Awakens? That thing with all the tentacles.
Oh, that I don't know the name of it.
So, I've seen those. I've heard people getting those for $1 each. Those sets.
Wow,
For
really?
the 3 3/4. Walmart has a really great clearance aisle right now. It's not by the usual toys, so you kind of have to look around for it.
They kind of tuck it away.
Some interesting deals there. Target, there's a lot of Marvel Legends sales figures that are on sale for $9.99 or $11.99, and then there is this. I mean, I think this deal is still going on.
With the Cartwheel app.
If you use the Target app, the Target Cartwheel app.
Actually,
They discontinued Cartwheel and they
Yeah.
moved it on. Yeah. If you use that, you can get 50% off of that. So I was able to build the Vulture the other day for $5 a figure. So that's a really good deal. And then Walgreens is clearancing out a lot of their figures right now for $12.99. And they've also been getting the new Spider-Man Lizard Wave in, and people have been getting that at the $12.99 price point.
So
So
those are good deals, but let's talk a little bit about Walgreens. Why do they hate us as collectors?
during my lunch break, I'll call Walgreens all the time, and like half the time I'm like, hey, can you check on this? I have the UPC, and they're like, what is it? And I tell them, and then they're like, some people have been calling all day about that. No, we don't have anything. Like, I mean, I think they've been. This is a new thing for them, and they're not used to it. And all of a sudden, there's all these people coming in like with very specific questions. They don't
like us, man.
They don't. I mean,
they don't want to look for anything. They don't want to.
Their stuff isn't listed on their website.
Exactly.
It's hard to like. I don't know if you're someone that uses UPC codes and BrickSeek and like checking like people's websites to see if they have stuff in stock. You find somebody nice, they can do it, but a lot of times it's very difficult to do at Walgreens, and sometimes it's not even worth the hassle. But
they're there, so we need to get them there.
Yeah, and I would like to get this Mr. Fantastic. Looks great.
Why doesn't Walgreens want to like sell their product? Why do you don't look? We understand we're nerds. We can get pretty passionate and want some stuff, but man, don't throw us a bone here, guys. We're visiting your store. Don't be rude to us. They're like, God, why are all these young folks coming in here? We want the old people. It angers me a little bit too. Just like, come on, guys, hook us up.
That's not everybody, because I've had some really good experiences with Walgreens managers and found some good toys because of it. It's just kind of like everything. It's hit or miss. I just think that because it's so new to those employees at the store, that they're like,
they're not used to. They're not used to us.
Like, so, what?
Maybe in time they'll go to love us. We're great people. At least you and I are. We don't know about other collectors out there. They could be assholes, but we're good people. We're nice, especially if we plan on coming back to buy stuff again. That is one thing I would like to tell everybody: be nice. Don't be rude. These people they come to work for a paycheck just like you would. So we're at their job. At least give them some courtesy, because I guarantee you're going to catch more flies with sugar than you will with salt.
Yeah, that's why, like, if I'm kind of asking for help and it doesn't feel like it's... You can feel it if they're going to help.
Yeah.
And if it's not, I'm just like, oh, it's okay, it's fine. No worries.
Be nice.
Live to hunt another day,
They might see you for a while. There's a guy from my local Target that I go to all the time. He always says
something. You know what? Hold on. I got a pet peeve. This is not about Walgreens. This Marvel Legends Back in Black Deadpool that was a GameStop exclusive all of a sudden said Toys R Us.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I saw that too. I saw that when I picked up the Pacific Rim figure, the Gypsy Avenger. I saw that. I went, wait, what?
I know that happens a lot, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Damn you. Damn.
I was like, man, GameStop. You guys charged me so much for that figure when it came out.
Okay, so I got a gripe this week too then. I'm going to go ahead, because at the same Toys R Us I went to, if you look down the corner, I got the new Gypsy Avenger made by Bandai and their Robot Spirits line. That figure is $20. Affordable. I like that. But the others in that line were all $30, which I thought, this must be a mistake. But I went and looked on Toys R Us's website. I looked on Amazon. All the other figures are $30. So why am I paying? And the scale is not different. The packaging's not different. The weight on the figure is nothing except they're just going to charge $30 if I want to complete the whole set. Damn you, Bandai.
Could you imagine if Marvel Legends started doing that? Where they're like, oh, Spider-Man, he's 20. Ooh. You want the new Iron Man? He's 30. Oh, you want Thanos? That's the 45.
The fans will start burning things down. We would definitely see more fig swapping and stuff in stores.
Oh, yeah. You think that's bad?
Wow.
Now,
but yeah, they're charging $30.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting.
I actually let them... I turned those purchases down because I was like, one, I was like, this sounds weird. And two, I've got other things I want to get, and they're just like 6-inch scale figures.
Yeah.
Well, 6-7-inch scale. And 30 seems a bit excessive. Now, granted, after I get Gypsy Avenger in hand, it's really nice. But still, what are y'all doing?
That's
so
strange.
There's my gripe of the week, which now is going to be a segment. What has pissed us off this week? So
it's like when you're trying to make that Build-A-Figure and the piece just won't snap in, right? You're like,
oh. You have to gingerly put it in. All right. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left. I did want to discuss real quick a a legacy being over. Bandai, who has carried the Power Rangers license for 25 years, since we first got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the States, has lost that license to Hasbro. I mean, we've talked a lot about Hasbro, which, I mean, we got to get you that Optimus Prime over there, which I did find it. Probably paid too much at Toys R Us, but I definitely think it's worth it buying at Walmart. Just my 2 cents on that. So, this is the end of a legacy. And a lot of people, I mean, it's kind of bittersweet.
I saw a lot of people celebrating in the streets, like when a team wins a finals game.
Bandai, and I had, well, Halo, I was talking to her about it. She's happy about it too. But I'm just like, I wish they had just done better. Instead of losing this thing that, I mean, it's kind of how I felt with Kenner and whatever Kenner became, losing the Star Wars license to Hasbro. But then Hasbro instantly turned me to their side by making 6-inch Black Series figures. So, you know, but I'm kind of, Bandai tried to do something with those legacy figures over there that are in a 7-inch scale. But they don't quite fit in. I wanted them in the 6-inch scale. And then they started with the crazy kind of release schedule, not putting out the complete team and stretching it out over these lines.
They double dipped hard for those original Rangers too.
And looking at them.
Here's the metallic versions with the weapons.
You
After we
bastards.
know you already bought them.
So,
Figure Arts is doing that now too.
I think they're feeling the burn from doing some of that, and it's over. The legacy's over. So Hasbro, as we've shown, they know how to market toys to people. Mm-hmm. While I'm not worried about whatever scale of action figure they go to, I hope they go to a 6-inch scale. That, you know, then I can have Captain America fighting alongside the Red Ranger. I'm not really worried about that. There's no concern. I'm concerned with the Megazords and the larger scale. How are they going to do those to look like these? Are they going
Hasbro?
Because they're not going to borrow those molds from Japan. And
that's a
remake them.
really great question, actually.
That's the only thing that I have a concern about. Also, with Power Rangers, there's a lot of role play stuff. Now, not really worried about the role play stuff because of that thing sitting next to you. But I do want to see what they plan to do with the Megazords. And it's cautious optimism. We won't see any of this stuff until 2019. Hasbro CEO has gone out and said that they see a lot of things they can do with this line. So I am excited a bit. I'm sad that Bandai has.
Hey, it could go like I mean, dude, Hasbro has a G.I. Joe license. What are they doing with that?
They're not doing anything with it. But we did see Hasbro when they first got the Marvel license. Not all of those figures were great.
Yeah,
they kind of sucked. It was a dark time. Small heads.
Marvel Legends, the Dark Ages.
The dark times. But I am, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not really worried about what they're going to do with the figures. Because a lot of the argument that people made against the Legacy line was that look what Hasbro's doing with weapons and build-a-figure pieces, and why not follow this model? Well, now I guess I question if some of the fan outcry about that was kind of the choice to go to Hasbro for this. But end of a Legacy, it's something that...
Dude, how cool would it be? You can buy a Green Ranger 6-inch figure and then head swap like Tony Stark's head on it, or Peter Parker. You could do all the Power Rangers with like Marvel heads. I don't know.
Luke Skywalker.
So, I mean, if they make it like that, where it's like the same. Maybe you're using some like Legends tooling in there, where like the stuff clicks.
I'd love to see some of that.
I feel like that has been what's made Marvel Legends so successful. Is how easy it is to swap parts and click heads, even for people who aren't like customizers and like heating stuff up and popping it out. Like, you know, you can just pop off the head and here's an alternate head, and like, oh, you can mix and match. And one of my favorite toy lines as a kid was this line called socket poppers, and so they came with multiple figures, and you could like pop out the arms and legs and put them in all the other figures. I thought it was so cool because it's like,
well, you like customizing,
and they had those Marvel mashups a while back. I like that.
Yeah, those kind of came into they kind of really picked up towards the end of the line, and then
I have a friend, he has like all of them,
and they were doing Star Wars as well. They were doing a lot of lines with that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I think that is what toys should be. It should be fun and creative, and
they are toys.
Yeah, I mean, you should have all these options, you know. So
okay. So I brought that up. Now we're going to close out the show with two things. First of all, toy photography is a thing that is great. And there's a lot of Instagram accounts that we follow out there. So I thought each week we would spotlight one of those. You brought this up. So maybe get somebody over. And we do plan on, like, there are a couple of collectors in the area. Maybe bringing them on the show, having them sit in with us, talk toys for a little while. But Instagram accounts and social media accounts that take photographs of toys. You got to pick this week. I got to pick this week. Who you got for me?
Okay, so this is someone on Twitter that you can follow. And they also have a website where they do news. And this person is extremely good to follow during like the toy fairs, some Comic Cons. They go to like Hasbro panels and ask questions, and they're a really good toy news person. And that is Preternia on Twitter. So Preternia.
We don't spell things out here. I put up a graphic.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting up we're not spelling things.
And he takes a lot of fun photos for his reviews. Like, he'll get figures early a lot of times and, like, just post them in poses that you would not, like, normally think. And got good opinions. So definitely someone you should look out for and put notifications for on Twitter. I recommend. It's a great account to follow.
Awesome. I'm suggesting one that we both follow because he takes great photography and some of them are funny. He also does the cooking with Grimlock. But Kilo1027 on Instagram. Make sure you go and give him a follow. I love his
both of his accounts.
Both of his accounts. I'll put screenshots and links to both of them up. So yeah, go follow these guys. They take great toy photography and just support them with some likes and stuff. Give them some hearts. So, last thing of the week, because we want you guys to watch all the way to the end. Right now, we're going to put up on screen a couple of DCPIs and UPCs that you can find for the current Marvel Legends that are up right now. So, go ahead. You can pause that. Go use BrickSeek to use these numbers and go find it. Stop wasting gas. The hunt is fun, but if we can pinpoint what the thing is before we get there with calls and... when you call, be nice. Sometimes they will look things up for you and whatnot. I mean, there's a couple people that won't, but use BrickSeek, use your online resources, use these numbers.
You can go to ToysRUs.com, pull up the number. Pull up the item, find near you. That works too. In BrickSeek, if you're not familiar with it, it's a website, BrickSeek.com. Walmart and Target, you can put in these UPC numbers and then see which stores near you have some in stock. And sometimes they're going to be in the back. Resources. Sometimes it's not going to be completely accurate. First rule of BrickSeek is don't talk about BrickSeek, so don't go to Walmart and say, hey, BrickSeek says. Okay. So, just be like, I have the UPC code. Could you see if you have it?
I did.
Usually if you're at that point, you're having to ask the employee. Chances are slim at that point, but sometimes you can pull out a win.
I did it recently for an SNES Classic, and I did it because they were kind of buying them themselves and selling them aftermarket. So when I did go into the Walmart, I didn't say BrickSeek, but when they told me, oh, we don't have any in stock, I went, you have 5 in the back. And the girl, this is funny because she instantly went, let me go get you one. I was like, because I was like, yeah, I'm looking for an SNES Classic. Oh, we don't have any of those in stock. And before she even finished, I went, you have 5. And I gave her the look.
I have a story for that.
Hit me.
Okay, so I was in college, right? Did not have a car. I asked a friend, and they agreed to take me to a Toys R Us. And, this was, on my Saturday. I'm like, I go to Toys R Us. The wave that had just hit, it was with Phoenix, Juggernaut, Wolverine... Punisher, Marvel Legends wave. This is
I remember those. We had dioramas back then.
Yeah. So I really wanted the Wolverine so bad, so bad. And then I think Deadpool was in this wave too. Actually, that was with Deadpool and Dupe. I want to say
that was a sought after wave.
I want to say maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but it was definitely the Wolverine. But I have this just distinct memory. I came in at Toys R Us. And it was just like the Punisher all over. It's they must have 40 Punishers.
Damn. Damn.
And I went to the guy and I was like, look, I was here. I was like, you have any in the back? And he's like, oh no. And I said, well, I was like, the case ratio, that Punisher is like 2 per case or 1 per case. Like, there's no way that you guys just got a solid case of those Punishers. Like, you probably have some in the back. And he was like, all right. And then he comes back with Phoenix. He comes back with the variant on Phoenix. Like, he had everything.
We're not going to see my reaction. I should have the camera on me when I do
it.
Okay.
And then I was like, all right, I don't want the variant or the Phoenix. And he's like, you're going to pass this up? You know how much this goes for on eBay? I was like, oh, I see what that's about. But I was like, took the high road. I was like, I'm not trying to sell. I don't want that figure. I just want, I open my toys. Anyway, that was just, sometimes it's like you have these weird, I don't know, man, like collecting.
Stick by your guns, hey, but.
Before we go, this is my shocker. I got a shocker for you. So make sure you got the camera on you as I tell you this.
I'm looking at the camera as he tells me. I'm looking at the camera.
Toys R Us. I had this experience. I've had this experience times before. I checked the UPC. I'm like, oh, this Toys R Us has one of the new Deadpool wave. I only got one figure. That's weird. I go over to the store. I'm looking at it. I can't find anything. I'm like looking behind toys. Like maybe I was like, I know it's hidden somewhere. I don't know where. And then you talk to them. They're like, nothing in the back. So I come to find out that there's this thing that people are doing at Toys R Us when they want to hide a figure. The displays for the action figures, at the bottom. I've heard of people putting stuff up at the top, but at the bottom, there's it's like metal, right? And it's usually stocked with all those toys at the bottom. And so if you move all those toys to the side, you can lift up that metal bottom and the detolf where they display all the toys. And it's just dust and dirt. But apparently that's where people hide figures when they want to get it later or whatever. So if your last resort's, that's something like, I'm not really recommending.
My hunting has changed.
I'm not recommending taking apart Toys R Us's units or whatever, but
sure.
That's something that's happening. And I had never heard of that, and that display has been around for so long.
You have to show me this. We're planning on next weekend. We'll show you guys in 2 weeks on the show. We're gonna do a little bit of hunting with our other co-host. Go around, see what we can find. There's a couple of the great thing, we are based out of the Dallas area, in case you guys didn't know. We got a couple of great stores in the area, vintage stores. We actually have a couple of just little small toy conventions that they run. We're going to showcase some of those. Maybe do a little bit of kind of on the scene stuff, show you what they got, and definitely some video of us just goofing around and hunting. So look for those starting next week because we're going on the hunt. So it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of things going to develop. If you've watched the show, we thank you for watching. If you have some suggestions or you have pro tips of your own, you can easily put them down in the comments below. This will be on Facebook on the SCNS Live page, facebook.com/SCNS Live, and our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SCNS Live. So if you have pro tips, you have hunting, you have any kind of experience,
you have an account that you want featured on the show. You have a friend who's great at photography. If
you do photography, yes, tell us because we want to see it. I will give you a like on Instagram, guarantee. So tell us in the comments below. Of course, like this video, set your notifications. Every 2 weeks, if you want us to do this show every week, say it. Say it. We want this show every week. We'll try to work that out. Damn, maybe I shouldn't be putting that benchmark already. But let us know. We listen. We watch those comments, and that's it. Shot to 5, brother man. We did it. We finally did it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So good. We did it.
It's awesome. We talked about it for a long time. It's nice
we
to
questioned
sit
that we
down.
could fill up a whole hour of just toy talk. Jeez. Considering we've probably done 5 hours just sitting here watching a pay-per-view or something. So, guys, thank you. This meant a lot to the both of us to finally get this project done, and I'm ready to do more of this going forth. You with me, brother? You with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to have people on the show. It's going to be great. I guarantee you it's going to be great. So,
So So
Thank
remember,
you guys. Remember, always stop and smell the plastic. We'll catch you guys later.
Hey, you mind if I hold Pizza Spidey while we...
Oh, yeah, bring
Like,
it
if
down.
I just have...
Bring it down. Because we are totally recording now.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I might leave that in. Anyway.
Yeah. It's like a
All
blooper.
right, starting off